Right, this is the question number 8 of 2024 June. What are the principles of modern salvage law? And the part B is what is the general definition of general average? Part C, in context to general average, we need to explain the term entitlement, artificial, adjustment, and contestation. Now, coming down to the principles of modern salvage. Modern salvage is primarily governed by the International Convention of Salvage 1989, and it is based on the following core principles. There are four core principles: no cure, no pay. Salvers are entitled to a reward only if the salvage operation is successful in saving the property, that is, your ship or the cargo. Two, encouragement to save the environment. 1989 Convention, like we mentioned, 1989 Salvage Convention introduced a provision to reward salvers for preventing environmental damage even if no property is saved, even if the property or the cargo was not saved, but there has been uh, uh, less environmental damage, then they deserve a compensation. Third is voluntary service. Salvage must be performed voluntarily without pre-existing contractual obligation. There need not be any contractual obligations, and salvage has to be done voluntarily. Due care and safety. Salvers must exercise due care to avoid or minimize damage to the environment and prevent the salved property and interest involved. Salver, it should not be the case where due to the salvage activity there has been more damage to the environment and to the property and the interests involved. So these 4 points are have been included in the 1989 Salvage Convention. And coming to the general average is a maritime principle under which all the parties in a sea venture, maybe your ship owner, the cargo owners, or the insurers, proportionally share the loss resulting from voluntary sacrifice or extraordinary expenditure made to save the voyage from common peril. This is governed by the rules of the York and Antwerp rules. For example, if a ship crew jettisons cargo to lighten the ship and avoid sinking during a storm, all the stakeholders must share the resulting loss proportionally. Now, coming to the various terms of the modern general average, entitlement in general average refers to the right of the party who suffered a voluntary loss or incurred an extraordinary expense for the common safety to receive contribution from all parties involved in the voyage. Again, entitlement in general average refers to the right of the party who suffered a voluntary loss or incurred an extraordinary expense for the common safety to receive contribution from all the parties involved. Artificial. This term highlights the general average is a legal fiction or construct. The actual loss may be borne by one party. Example of is when the cargo is getting jettisoned, but through a general average. It is redistributed artificially among all parties, ensuring fairness and shared risk. Again, the term highlights that general average is a legal fiction or a construct. The actual loss may be borne by one party, but through general average, it is redistributed artificially among all parties, ensuring fairness and shared risk. Adjustment is the process of calculating and appropriating the general average contribution. Adjusters, their job is to calculate the contribution in the general average. It is carried out by a GA adjuster who complies with the statements, values the losses, and determines each party share of the contribution based on the cargo and ship value. Contestation. Contestation refers to a party rights to dispute or challenge the general average declaration or the amount of contribution. For example, a cargo owner may contest if they believe the sacrifice was not adjusted or not carried out under the common peril, or that their assessed share is incorrect. Contestation refers to a party's right to dispute or challenge the general average declaration or the amount of contribution. For example, a cargo owner may contest if they believe the sacrifice was not justified or not carried out under a common peril, or that their assessed share is incorrect. It is true.